Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Cozy Homestead. You're here with Cody. I know you haven't seen much of me lately. I've had a few things going on, but I am going to get back into it. You're going to see me more often here on the page, and naturally, you're going to continue to see Tim. I just wanted to jump back in with this video. I thought maybe I could make it into a short, but it's just not going to work. So without further ado, let's dive right into it. Wasn't very long ago that I got an article sent to me about a local bank here in the state of Georgia that was going to begin tracking all of its customers' questionable sales, specifically that of firearms, accessories, and even camping. But let's back up just a little bit. I started doing research on this after I got this article, and I found out in 2003 mostly is where I found most of the data that I was looking at, that Visa, American Express, Amex, and Discover were going to begin tracking and sharing what they deemed to be suspicious purchases to the federal government. That in and of itself is a huge invasion of privacy. What I do with my money is not any of my banking institutions' concern. I earned that money. They have the privilege of me being their customer. I don't need anybody telling me what to do with my money. Upon continuing to dig in on this, and yes, I have notes. Discover was among the first to announce, with the other companies, Visa, Amex, MasterCard, following suit. Somewhere around March 2003, this announcement was made by Discover that they were going to allow its network of institutions to track and share what they deem to be questionable purchases. There are banks that they work with. They're developing coding and technology to ID and track, again, what they deem to be suspicious purchases. I myself am a firearms enthusiast. I do enjoy going out camping and doing other things when I can. The fact that, again, my institution has decided that they are going to determine what is suspicious and what is not when I am purchasing is ludicrous to me. It is beyond an invasion. And as I mentioned, they're not just developing these coatings for gun sales. They're doing it for hunting supplies. So if you buy trap cams and or deer stands or feeders, they could deem these to be suspicious purchases, and then they will track and report your purchases to a federal agency. Just drives me absolutely nuts to think about this. And I've sat on this for a little while, thinking about this and doing a little research. Like I said, I know I haven't been active on the channel as much as I would like to be, but we're going to change that. I've got a whole book of things that I've been making notes on that I want to talk about. And again, these are just my opinions, just to inform. But let's jump into 2024. Locally here in Georgia, there is a credit union called Georgia United Credit Union. That has, and I will add the articles and I will add some of the images that I'm talking about here, but they have changed their terms of use to track and report and block in some cases. They will actually block your purchase. If they deem it suspicious or unnecessary by their standards, not by what you may be doing. So if you're buying a hunting rifle and a bunch of camping gear, getting ready to go on a camping trip, and you have this credit union, they can say, ooh, I don't know, he's over at Bass Pro Shop, he's spending a lot of money, he's got camping stuff and guns and ammo. Yeah, we're not going to let this go through. So all of a sudden your transaction is blocked, and even if you call the bank, they will not allow you to make your purchase. Now, upon reading deeper into the article, and again, I will tag these articles, their CEO, who, by the way, is knee deep in DEI ideology, so very, personally, I think, very messed up, very much invasive in the private life of anybody. I lost my train of thought on there, but was backtracking. The CEO was backtracking when they were questioned about this. Talking about it's specifically just for the cards. Now, if you use direct transfer, pushing digital technology through your phones, touching through Zelle or apps like that, that does not run through the card, so it won't affect anything. But it's still running through the banking institution. They may not be able to specifically see a tag or a coding that would be added at a store or retail shop. But again, it pushes that digital technology, that digital payment technology, I should say, so they can still track what you're doing. This is just the beginning of invasion of privacy and control, if you ask me. But there is some good news in this. In January 2024, the Georgia House passed introduced a bill called HB 1018, brought in by Representative Jason Ridley. This, at a high level, bill makes it illegal for the use of distinctive coding by institutions indicating gun and or accessory sales. It also makes it illegal to keep registries of firearms and firearm owners. Why is this important? It blocks their ability to unconstitutionally and unnecessarily monitor you. It blocks the coding on any purchases through sporting goods stores, whether it's camping, fishing, hunting, firearms. It doesn't matter. It blocks the coding so they don't know what it is you're actually purchasing. They just see the dealer coding within the transaction, not specific coding that says, oh, he's buying guns and ammo. And again, I have notes here, so bear with me. Further into this article, it talked about how this is going to be a great thing when passed, if passed, because the Taliban used a similar list, the firearms, the registries and stuff that tell who has guns, what they have, so on and so forth. They supposedly used a list to track down and confiscate firearms in Afghanistan, taking the weapons from the people. One, they can't fight back now, and two, they were just lining their own coffers with firearms and ammunition for the time that they were going to need it. Now, here's the real kicker. That list that they used wasn't compiled by their government. It was a list that was created by the U.S. government. They got their hands on it, and they went and stocked up, basically, made people completely defenseless while, like I said, bolstering their stores. We're going a little longer than I wanted here. Like I said, I plan on doing a bunch of shorts, but this one just seemed a little bit long, longer than a short, so bear with me here. We are almost completed on this. Now, we're at the conclusion of my little rant here. It also said this in the article, and I wholly agreed with it, which is why I wrote it down. It says, the less help the feds have, the less information they get, and the longer it takes for them to attempt to collect it. They have no right, no need to know what I'm doing. They don't need to know about any food stores I may have for my family. They don't need to know what I've collected to support my family, to defend my family, to hunt if I so wish. They don't need to know. Period. I'm not a felon. I've never been convicted of anything. There's no reason they need to know what I'm doing with my funds, my hobbies, my personal space and stuff. It's not necessary. So this bill, when it gets introduced, passed, and signed into law in Georgia, is going to be a phenomenal win for civilian privacy, because it's going to make it that much harder for anybody to get in. And again, I will have the images of the Georgia Credit Union change of user policy in there, and I will also attach all the links for the research that I did for this particular rant of mine. Now keep in mind, this is just my opinion, this is just how I feel. So I think from now on, we're just going to call my little segments here, in my opinion. And in my opinion, this is bullcrap, and go Georgia, and let's hope they pass House Bill, I believe it was 1018. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe.